Yo, party people in the place to be. What's good? It's the number one Chief Rocket Knicks University main man, Uncle Freezy. What's good? What's good, y'all? What's good? What's good? What's good? Hey, want to talk to y'all real quick. I'm doing a live stream. It's good to see everybody. Jay Singh, Big Oso is in the building. Jay Busby, what's happening? Is Jalen Brunson the most improved player in the NBA for the 2022-2023 season? Is Jalen Brunson the most improved guy? Here's the thing. Oh, okay. Andrew College, what's good, man? It's good to see you. What I will say to that is this. There are others having pretty good seasons in other places, right? Lauri Markkanen, a top 7 pick in his NBA draft, and finally gets the keys to his kingdom, and now he is looking like an NBA All-Star, right? Tyrese Halliburton, a top 10-ish pick. I can't remember where Halliburton went, but he was a lottery. He was definitely a lottery pick, a top 10 pick, I think. Right? He is like a 20 and 10 guy. Let me see if I can find his numbers for us. Hey Dom, I see you, man. Let me do this real quick, and then I'm gonna open it up real quick. Right? I just want to do something real quick. I want to establish something real quick, and then I'll be ready. So Tyrese Halliburton is averaging 10.3 assists. And so he's averaging 20 points, 4 rebounds, 10 assists on 48% shooting from the floor. Halliburton was the number 12 pick in his draft by the Sacramento Kings. And then there's Jalen Brunson, an undersized second-round pick. Jalen Brunson, an undersized second-round pick, who in his best season averaged 16 points per game, but now he is leading or help leading the Knicks. Thank you. He is helping the Knicks, and some say leading. He's helping the Knicks and may have solved the Knicks' long-term point guard issue. What say y'all? Is Jalen Brunson the most improved player in the NBA or no? Right. All right. Let me do this real quick. I want to put a poll in the chat. I want to put a poll in the chat. View. You turn that volume down. And start a poll. Is Jalen Brunson the most improved player in the NBA? And the answers are simple: no and yes. I already know. I think I know where you guys are gonna go. Right. I think I know where you guys already are. Think I know where you guys want to go with it, right? But I just want to get a tally of how you feel, how comfortable you feel with Jalen Brunson. Is Jalen Brunson the point guard of the future, or is he a role player from a playoff team that has just come to New York? Right? What's up, boss? What's up? What's good, y'all? So shout out to Miss Geraldine, man. I see you. What's good? DSJ is in the building. What's good, man? How good do you think this kid is? Do you think this is who Jalen Brunson is as a player, or you think it's smoke and mirrors and the pixie dust will wear off eventually? You guys tell me what you think. I have some thoughts on it. I don't want to sway you either way. I want your honest opinion on if you feel Jalen Brunson is the most improved player in the NBA. I'm looking at Tyrese Halliburton's numbers. Tyrese Halliburton went from 13 points to 14 points to 17 points to 20 points. The only difference from year to year is he's taken more shots. He's always been a 40% three-point shooter. And his assists have gone from 5 to 7 to 9 to 10. Is that most improved? Black University is in the building. What's good, y'all? What's good, Black University? And what I want to compare Jalen Brunson to is to himself and to previous New York Knicks point guards. So this is Halliburton's third season. I forgot he was traded last year, so there is a double line, but this is his third season. I'm gonna pull up Brunson's numbers. So I go to Knicks, Jalen Brunson, stats. Jalen Brunson last year shot 50% from the floor. This year, on higher volume, Jalen Brunson is shooting 47%. Jalen Brunson last season shot 37% from three. This year, he's shooting 38% from three. Last year, Jalen Brunson shot 84% from the free throw line. This year, Jalen Brunson shooting 85 and a half, 84 and a half. And last year, Jalen Brunson averaged 16.3. This year, he's averaging 21.6 and is taking about 3.8 more shots a game. Dope Soul Sports Talk is in the building, probably instigating. Salute to Dope Soul Sports Talk. Salute to Dope Soul Sports Talk. Hey, shout out to the Queen, man. Y'all make sure y'all check out the Queen and her channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to her channel. Julian Blum in the building. What's good? So here's the thing with Brunson. I want to make the case for Brunson to be in the conversation. It's up to you to decide whether you think Brunson is that guy or not. I think Jalen Brunson takes on more responsibility than Tyrese Halliburton. It's just is what it is. I know they both play point guard. They're both in the Eastern Conference. I get it. I get that aspect of it. I think the burden of playing point guard for one franchise versus the burden of playing point guard for another franchise is heavier. This time last year, the Knicks were entering grease fire stage. Kemba Walker was already hurt and cut or whatever. I don't care. I don't care nothing about Kemba Walker, period. He just got cut by the Mavericks. Shows you what type of player he is, right? Tyrese Halliburton, on the other hand, is on a roster where at least Tyrese Halliburton played with good guards in the backcourt his entire career. Right? And I know the same. I know what people are going to say. Well, the same could be said for Jalen Brunson. He played for Luka. I know. I understand. I understand that. I understand that. As I sit here debating, see, because I had a long time to think about this. I said it last night on the 10 questions the Knicks should answer before the trade deadline. I did a show in the middle of the night. I did it with IQ Dre. IQ Dre. IKBM Dre. Just a joint in the middle of the night. I advise you check out that show before, check it, at some point. At some point. And I mentioned that Jalen Brunson is my favorite for the NBA's most improved player. And that there are a lot of candidates out here. Right. But oh geez. No. I hate checking my phone during the show. Y'all like to text me during the show with ideas and stuff, right? Yeah. I hate looking at my I hate looking at my phone during the show. Right. I'm trying to ease into this, y'all. I'm trying to ease into it. If you're a Knicks fan, are you sold on Jalen Brunson? Are you sold that he is not only the NBA's most improved player, but that he's a borderline all-star and he is the missing piece to a team that has been missing a piece for a long time, and he is a top 50 NBA player? Because there are a lot of ways to think about this. Is Jalen Brunson right now at the moment a top 50 NBA player? In my mind, yes, without a doubt. Now, mind you, there are 30 NBA teams. That means if Jalen Brunson, yeah. If Jalen Brunson is a top 50 player and Julius Randle's a top 50 player and RJ Barrett is a top 100 player, does that mean the Knicks are as good as the Celtics? Does Jalen Brunson, in your mind, make the Knicks competitive with the top 3 teams in the Eastern Conference? I say yes. I think Jalen Brunson adds an element to the Knicks that, say, Trae Young cannot add. I think Jalen Brunson adds a dynamic to this team that a Shai Gilgeous-Alexander cannot add by himself. I'm going to go there. I'm trying not to go all the way there, but it's a slippery slope. I think Jalen Brunson adds a dynamic to the Knicks that a Ja Morant. Okay, I'm going too far. Okay, I'm going too far. I'm going too far. All right, I'm going too far. Right, right. But I think right now, in this moment, Jalen Brunson gives me the vibes that Jalen Brunson right now gives me or gives the Knicks a component that a Chris Paul would not be able to give the Knicks. Jalen Brunson gives the Knicks something that a Steph Curry. Okay, I'm going too far again. I'll back up. I'll back up. I'll back up. I'll back up. Right. I'll back up. I'll stop right there. I won't do that no more. That component that Jalen Brunson adds to a team, and mind you, I said the component. There's a component, right? There's a component. Jalen Brunson has a component that most guards in the NBA and that component that I'm talking about is a level of toughness and intestinal fortitude that you don't see from the Damian Lillards. Do they have more skill and athleticism and size? Yes. Do they give you that dog? I don't think so. I think Jalen Brunson is tough. I think Jalen Brunson is tough, and not just physically, but mentally. Jalen Brunson, for the most part, does not crack under pressure. for the most part. Now he missed the free throws in Chicago. Yeah, that's Aaliyah. That's Aaliyah. That's 1 in a million. That's 1 in a million. But ask yourself this. That tumble where Jalen Brunson got bumped in the air and flew against the stanchion and fell on the floor. If that were Damian Lillard, would Damian Lillard had come back that same month? Would Steph Curry been able to play through that? Would Ja Morant been able to play through that? Would Chris Paul been able to play through that? Would they have been able to play through the bumps and bruises that Jalen Brunson sustained early this season? So I'm going to start this again. Jalen Brunson has a component that Damian Lillard doesn't have. Jalen Brunson has this component that Steph Curry doesn't have. Jalen Brunson has this component that Ja Morant doesn't have. Jalen Brunson has this component that Chris Paul doesn't have. Right? So when I say it this time, it sounds different, right? Right? Long Island Sound one says, why Poe most improved? Poe should be most toughest. No, man. You got to stay with me on these, bro. You got to build. I can't can't come up and just say this one thing and buy a piece. You want me to just say Jalen Brunson is the most improving in league? Okay. Dominic, what's good, brother?
What's up, Freezy?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. You know, I'm feeling a whole lot better, and my concussion is completely gone.
Good, man. Good.
Yeah, I've been resting my head the past
Dang,
week or
you shaved this
two.
morning? Jesus Christ. Good God, man. Good God, what's going on? Jeez. Shots fired. Yo, and for LR Sound, yo, I'm just building a case. I'm building a case for Jalen Brunson. Like, what I want to point out is because
Jalen Brunson, who does he play for?
The New York Knicks.
Oh, yeah. And, how has he been for your Knicks so far this season? Has he been good?
He has looked like the most improved player in the NBA. His statistics, he's made statistical jumps. But the thing he has done, that's the most impressive thing, is amongst all the elite level point guards, Jalen Brunson has taken a ticking and kept on. How's it go? Taking a licking and kept on ticking. It's a saying that people used to say way back in the day, old school. Basically, Jalen Brunson is tough.
Right. Well, you want to know who I think has been the most improved player in the NBA this season? You want to know who I think it is, in my opinion?
Kyle Kuzma.
Well, I was going to say him, but in my opinion, it has to be Luka Doncic from the Mavs. He's done really well.
Yeah. Luka
yeah.
has stepped his game up to another level.
Yeah. And he's definitely done well for that for the Mavs. He's done very well.
Because he's had to because Jalen Brunson is gone. So Jalen
Oh,
Brunson is not there any longer to help him. So now that he's by himself, he has to do all the work by himself.
yeah, and he's done really well.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. And so here's the thing. Here's the thing with Jalen Brunson. The thing that I want to speak to that separates him from everybody else. Like the point guards that we compare him to. Like did we compare him to these 6'2", 6'3", smooth athletic guards that can shoot from 27 feet and in that run pick and roll and a pick and roll maestros that get scorching hot and score points in bunches. But Jalen Brunson is like the opposite. Jalen Brunson is the short, stocky guy. He doesn't look the part. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
He's not fast. He's not quick. He's not tall. He's not explosive. He's not athletic. He's not all those things. But he does the same things, or he can do the same things as those other guys do. They make it look easy. He makes it look hard, and it's because he's not gifted with the attributes that they have.
yeah, true.
Yeah. But what I will say to this about the if Jalen Brunson is not in the most improved conversation, then how hard is it to get into this category? For instance, should we be talking about a Kyle Kuzma instead of a Jalen Brunson? Right?
Right.
Should we? I don't know. Kyle Kuzma has been looking better this year. Right?
Yeah,
Should
and
we
so
be
is
talking about a Tyrese Halliburton?
yeah, Tyrese Halliburton and Luka Doncic, who I just mentioned.
Right.
Yeah. He's been shooting them threes. He's been balling this season for Dallas.
Right. Right.
Yeah.
Right. Should we be talking about a um the guy from San Antonio?
The guy from the Spurs?
Yeah, the guy from the Devin
Yeah.
Vassell. Should
I
we be talking about a Devin Vassell? Or should we be talking about a Shea Gilgeous Alexander? Right?
yeah. And I mean, listen, even though the Spurs have not been well this season, Devin has done really well for the Spurs. He's been improving a lot recently for what I've seen.
Right. And Andrew Collier mentions Jordan Poole. Should you include Jordan Poole and Anthony Edwards in the conversation? Right? There are so many players, even Anthony Simons from Portland, right?
Yeah, true.
There are so many guys. So even if you don't include Jalen Brunson, should you include those other guys? But for my money, I think Jalen Brunson's impact has been more impressive for this Knicks team, who in theory had the same personnel as last year, only added Brunson, and the team is a lot better. So
Yeah,
if you go by the team accomplishment and the player contribution component, I think Jalen Brunson is your guy.
yeah, it definitely. And I also have another person that I think has been most improved. Kristaps Porzingis
Okay.
from my team, and I'm pretty sure you know who it is.
Never heard of him. Never heard of him. Right? Never heard of who is this guy?
He plays for the Wizards.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I do know the guy. I do like the guy, right? I
Yeah.
do appreciate his game. Right.
Yeah.
But Porzingis is one that goes into that category of not only having the exceptional physical gifts, but the exceptional skills to go along with. Whereas Jalen Brunson is the opposite of that, right? Jalen is 6 foot, about 190 pounds, 200 pounds.
Yeah, and Porzingis is 7'3", 240.
Jumping out of the gym, can handle the ball, can shoot the 3-pointer, can dunk on people.
Yeah.
All of that, and Jalen Brunson is whatever the opposite of that is.
Yeah, like Porzingis has skills, and he can like you said, he can shoot them threes, dunk on people. He is balling, and he's done that a lot this season for the Wizards.
Yep. Wiz is in the building. Wiz says Halliburton and Laurie are rocking the league right now. Jalen is stabilizing a rocky ship. Not understanding that per se, right?
Right.
Because last year the Utah Jazz were a playoff team, right?
Yeah, they were a playoff team last season. They were.
Yeah. The Knicks last year were not.
Yeah.
And Chef NYK says, MIP is beneath Brunson. To me, what does that really mean for him at this stage? He will be an all-star reserve, and that's more important. The all-star game is for the record, y'all. Chef NYK, you do understand the all-star game is an exhibition. If you had said Jalen Brunson's third team All NBA, I would have bought it. Right? In my mind, the all-star game is an exhibition. I mean, bro, the day before the game, they have a dunk contest. I mean,
exactly.
It's an exhibition weekend.
Right?
So, yeah, I mean, I get it. But most improved is acknowledgement by players and writers that you took your game from one level to the next. And maybe being an all-star means that also. But
being an all-star, kind of like Steph Curry from Golden State.
Yeah. So, yeah, man. I feel like Jalen Brunson winning the most improved award validates the signing, so to speak.
Right.
Him making all NBA would also, but at least with the most improved, it shows that Jalen Brunson was in one level. We got him here, and then he took his game to another level, and everybody knows that he basically took a bigger step than anybody else in the NBA, basically, in theory.
Yeah, kind of like Luka Doncic did.
Yep.
Yeah, kind of like Luka.
Yep. And where it says Brunson is just showing more of what he did last year with Halliburton and Laurie are butterflies emerging from cocoons. I don't know. Where's Laurie Markkinen is older than Jalen Brunson.
Yeah.
I think he's older than Jalen Brunson, bro. Let me check just to be sure. I just want to check to be sure, but it seems like he is.
Yeah.
Laurie Markkinen is 25, right? And Brunson is 26. Okay. Yeah, I don't know, bro. I don't know, man. I don't know. Does taking more shots mean you're more improved?
I mean, I would say.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
The dude is taking 4.5 more shots than he did last year. I think he's probably he's more improved. He's improved a lot.
Yeah, he definitely has. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Well, sorry I couldn't stay here for long. I got to get some stuff done today. I got a really busy day ahead of me.
You got some meetings in the conference room? No, I don't miss that at all. I don't miss meetings in the conference room at all.
Yeah, I know you do. But salute to the people in the chat. Have a good day, Freezy.
Peace, bro.
Peace.
Yep. So Alawan says Randall is the same thing as still running Nashville in the league. Yeah, yeah. I, I don't know. I don't. So what are we gonna do as Knicks fans, right? Because I feel like we are marginalizing another Knicks player. Are we marginalizing Brunson because he's a Knick? Are we marginalizing Jalen Brunson? Are we marginalizing Jalen Brunson because he's not John Morant? Sounds like the Julius Randle, Kevin Durant thing to me. Are we saying he can't do this, he can't do that? Are we being those type of fans? Is that what? I mean, I don't get it. I don't get it. You know, I honestly don't get it. Is Jalen Brunson, most improved, or is he not? He's shown you that he steps it. Okay, why am I even pounding the table for Jalen Brunson? I shouldn't have to. D'Angelo is in the building. D'Angelo says Brunson has been nothing but a pleasure to watch. I don't know why I feel like I need to defend him. I won't. I'll say this. Jalen Brunson is in the conversation for most improved player. And I'll leave it there at that. And where is it? I saw a Greeny from LI says, I'm pounding the table with you. All right. So the Jalen Brunson conversation, that was like 30. I think that was like 50 minutes of stuff that I could have talked about. I'm just gonna leave it at that and just move on to something else. Wiz says demonstrating the skills and overall talent is more unexpected to me when Brunson is doing what he has done at all levels when given the reins as far as MIP. He is definitely an all-star to me. Okay. All right. I'll say this. I'm going to move on from Jalen Brunson. And no, I'm not going to call Quentin Grimes a ham sandwich. But what I will say is this as hey, not you. I was talking to my dog Gaston I'm trying to focus and my dog right here is doing something nasty. Here goes. Leon Rose. Please don't botch this stitch of time up. D'Angelo says, great content as usual. Love it, Freezy, but we finally found a point guard. Now everything else has to be fixed. Yep. I'm with you, D'Angelo. Oh, jeez. Yo, free. Okay, all right. They told me to do something, man, and I forgot to do it. My bad, y'all. So, hey, so many things going on, man, at one time, all the time, man. I got to do better. All right, Leon Rose, don't botch this time up. Evergreen G is in the building. The G that is Evergreen. Forbesville is in the building. All right, Leon Rose, please don't botch this up, man. Because we got a thing going on, right? And it has nothing to do with the front office. This is solely a team coming together organically. Leon Rose, go get Doug McDermott and Josh Richardson and put them on the bench. And please, for the love of everything sacred, include Hartenstein in the trade. No knock on backup centers, right? No knock on backup centers, right? I'm not I don't have anything against backup centers, right? Go get Doug McDermott. We need a knockdown 3-point shooter. Go get Josh Richardson. We need a wing player off the bench that's versatile, can defend, and shoot the three. You could probably get both of those guys for one of our guys, right? And if it costs, yo, Eric Siriel is in the building. We can get started now, y'all. Jason, what's good, Jason? What I would say, I got hit by on the phone and in the chat, but listen, if you go get Josh Richardson, it gives Tom Thibodeau his Alec Burks type player. Now, giving Tibbs an Alec Burks type player doesn't mean that he'll play him at point guard. Doesn't mean he's going to sit Grimes. Grimes from here on out is an NBA starter. Quentin Grimes, y'all heard me. Quentin Grimes from here on out is an NBA starter, right? I don't want to talk about Grimes going backwards and all of that stuff. And Miss Geraldine says, "Yo, we had Dougie McBuckets a while back. Yeah, but the team was different. That even though he was in this franchise, that roster was different. Doug McDermott this time around fits, I think. Doug McDermott on that second unit with Quickly and Fournier. And I know some of you guys don't ever want to see Fournier ever again, right? But we have to have some shooting off the bench. We have to have some shooting off the bench. The other day, we lost to the Bucks because we only got 9 points from our bench. Right? And Loose Chain says, don't slam Grimes again. Okay. All right, if you say so. That's strange. Yeah, E. Gibson. E. Gibson says, "Not when you up 17." I get. No, I get that point. I get that point. What I'm saying is this, right? Oh boy, I had a point, and then Free Keith busts in here. Free Keith, hold on, Free Keith, hold on. Free Keith. What's up, boss?
What's goody?
Yo, you were
What's
sleeping,
goody?
right? You knew I was just ready to get on Leon Rose, and you showed up. I'm just about to get on to Leon Rose, bro.
I'm spinning off of all front office and Tibbs slander today.
I don't have anything to say about Tibbs. I don't have anything to say about Tibbs.
Now nobody don't got nothing to say about Tibbs. Right.
No. Not just anybody. I wasn't talking about Tibbs, bro. What I'm saying is I'm talking about the front office. Now is the time, like, the once or twice a year when they make their presence felt. I just don't want them to back it up. Just go get Josh Richardson and Doug McDermott, and then go hide until the draft.
Yeah, I'm unless something is a really huge move that pops up in terms of opportunity now, I'm kind of cool on like if we could move the cats who are not in the rotation, fine. And you pick up a piece that you may actually play to replace Cam, all right, cool. But like unless there's like a big whopping move for a star, I kind of want to see where this rotation goes.
The only thing
I'd rather wait until the off season.
The only thing about the rotation is the rotation 7 through 10 gives you nothing.
I think that's false, but
yeah, they scored 9 points the other night.
Yeah, because like we didn't have the fully healthy team. That's what I'm talking about. With our full healthy roster, I'm liking what I'm seeing. I'm seeing Randall turn into a two-way player right in front of our eyes. You know what I'm saying? Like we got the scoring punches that we need. With the scoring punch that we needed, we got a decent enough closer in Brunson. I don't think we got a championship team, but I think that this team fully healthy can do some damage. I could be in the minority, but unless it's a trade for a definite like upgrade, I don't want to just take anybody out the roster to trade them flippantly right now. Is more what I mean.
Right.
If it's going to be a big trade, that's a definite. Cool. Yeah, go ahead, throw your IQ in there, your OB or whatever. But like, if it's just something that might be just a middling tweak to the rotation, I'd rather see where these guys can take it. Like, I was very scared with Brunson and RJ being down. And I'm telling you, this team is really kind of, I don't know. They're kind of impressing me, man.
What if I tell you you can keep all those players and just move the guys that are end of rotation, out of rotation guys to bring in guys that can be in the rotation that can help this team make a serious playoff push?
Okay, that's what I'm saying. Like I'm not moving any of the major hitters like unless it's a big deal. unless it's like unless it's a ground shaking deal. I don't really want any of the major movers to be gone.
Right. Right. So what I'm saying is Quickly stays, RJ stays, Grimes stays, Mitch stays, Randall stays, Brunson stays. You know what I'm saying? And
That's
then
fine.
the guys like Fournier, Rose,
I heart.
Cam.
Something in me would much rather hold on to to Rose for a second, like, but I could lose him for the right deal too, because like Rose to me plays a I think Rose plays a bigger role than just like on court, and I think it's important, and we may not give it enough. Like we don't really have another like he's the veteran respected voice, and I think his help with I think he's helped Brunson if no one else. Like you know what I'm saying, I don't know if I don't know if I'd be quick to get rid of Rose specifically right now.
Well,
But he could go for the right deal. I'm not stupid.
no. That's not what I'm saying. You're saying that he brings some type of intrinsic value. And I stated that this morning when I did the 10 questions that the Knicks have to have answered before the trade deadline show this morning, right? Rose brings value off on the court,
I,
maybe not as,
I
but
love the iHeart.
the court
Oh,
is
I'm sorry, go ahead.
keeping them. I'm
I
sorry, I
love
hear
the
you.
iHeart. I love the iHeart at the beginning of the season. Right now, he could go too.
Okay. Okay. I think we all agree. So what I'm saying is this: what Doug McDermott brings to a playoff team is invaluable. It's a veteran that is I think he's a really good shooter. Maybe that's his reputation. I'm gonna check his numbers just to see. But
I mean, you don't get called Dougie McBuckets for nothing.
yeah, I just want to be sure though. Yeah, we think he is right. Where's Doug? Doug. Doug is shooting 47.6% from the floor. He's averaging about 10 points a game. Okay. Okay. Right. So Doug is
Doug rep.
31. Okay.
Here come the ageism. Doug is not going to be here. Like Doug represents a shooter that doesn't need to have the ball in his hands. And
Okay.
that's why I agree with you on the Dougie McDermott addition. Like that would be a good addition. I would be wary of adding anybody else who kind of like needs the ball to be effective. We've got more than enough of those, and I feel like somebody who is really like the kind of shooting artist that Doug represents. I'd agree with you. Like I'd be interested in seeing what a deal for him would look like.
Yeah. So yeah, so the point I'm getting at, met him. So Doug and Josh Richardson, I think, has us competitive with Philly, Brooklyn, and the teams behind us. Right. I don't think it takes us. I don't think it makes us um um compete with Boston or Milwaukee in a 7-game series. But having Josh Richardson and Doug definitely helps us against helps us in the first round. How about that?
I know it can help us throughout. Like, Doug, look, all I'm seeing in terms of like, okay, I'm visualizing Doug on the team. I like the idea because Randall needs the ball, RJ needs the ball, IQ needs the ball, Brunson needs the ball. Yeah, Grimes doesn't necessarily need the ball, but like you insert somebody like Doug who is effective and doesn't need to doesn't need to have their hands on the ball. That's somebody we could probably use.
Right.
Like he'd be better in the Evan role than Evan was because Evan to me is a better basketball player than Doug. But for that specific thing, if we need like hands off the ball shooting,
Right.
I think Doug will probably fit that role a lot better.
Right. Right. I think that's where Josh Richardson helps.
True. I think where Josh Richardson might be better on defense, I
Yep.
still look at Doug maybe better offensively.
Definitely. Definitely. I think they both help. And I think they both help in the second unit because in that second unit of IQ, Doug, Josh, Obi, Jericho,
Mm.
I think it spaces the floor for IQ and Jericho. I mean for IQ and Obi, right? And
Hmm.
then because what we had been seeing on that second unit is when teams take away the pick and roll, the other guys on the second unit don't do anything.
Mm.
Right? Think about all the 3-pointers you saw Miles McBride miss.
I feel you, but man, I don't know. Miles McBride got a little bit of Marcus Smart in him, and I kind of look at him and that particular skill set as being also something that we could use in a playoff run. We're gonna need tenacious defenders, bro.
Josh Richardson? Can I
He's a
offer a Josh Richardson?
he's a good defender, but I'm
Great
talking
defender.
about tenacious defenders.
Great
Like,
defender. Great defender.
okay,
He's a great wing defender. Right? Can I offer
okay.
you a scenario where our second unit defense features Jericho Sims, Josh Richardson, and Emmanuel Quickly?
I don't know. That doesn't sound too impressive to me, but like, I know on the defensive end that'll be a plus. That'll be a plus trio. Offensively, I'm not looking at them as really like he to me in certain Josh is no different than Deuce really like on the offensive end.
Nah, yeah, no.
Josh ain't like that, bro. Like he's not like that. Defensively, he's like that, but he's not like that offensively.
So defensively, Josh is going to give you Deuce McBride defense that can guard 4 different positions. Deuce can guard one position.
Okay, uh, okay. No, he can guard two. He's good against the shooting guard, the two, the one and the two.
Which ones?
What do you mean? Which ones? He gets after it, bro.
He gets after. He does.
Don't try to downplay dudes. Like that's his one best attribute is his defense.
That's not what I'm saying. But there is a
Mm,
difference between being a great defender and a great flexible defender,
mm.
right? And Josh Richardson for his career shoots 36.5% from three, and
He's,
and and
mm.
22 and
How
a
many
couple of
does he
years ago
take?
he shot 44% from three,
How many a game though?
4.4 coming off the bench.
Okay. All right, I can take that. If that holds up, I'm not mad. If 36% holds up, Josh Richardson to me is a decent trade, but to me it's not that huge of an upgrade. But like it's not a bad trade depending on what assets we give up.
Okay. Yeah, it depends. And so here's the thing. We may have to give up a heartstring in order to have this move go through. A
Who
young athlete off the bench may have
if
to
you
go.
say if you say Obi, man, I'm gonna be very disappointed.
Well, actually, I was thinking Cam, but whatever.
Oh no! Look, Cam has to go eventually. I really like yeah, he taking up space. So like, yeah, I guess if we could trade him straight up for him, but I doubt it'd be a straight up trade. Um, I'm not mad at Cam. I'm not mad at Cam going in that. Like, I'm really not mad at Cam going in any situation that for somebody that we're actually going to use.
Oh, right. 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 What I'm saying to you is ultimately what I'm saying is this. Do you waste this season by not reinforcing the troops? Right? Do you just go into
What do you mean? What do you mean waste?
Because we did this 2 years ago. 2 years ago, we had the same type of vibe going on, the same feeling heading into the playoffs, and we didn't go get a guy, and then we got trampled by the Atlanta Hawks.
Technically, we got Rose, and Rose was the uptick to the season.
No, we got Rose.
Just
early.
saying.
We got Rose
he was
early.
the uptick. He was the uptick to the season. Like, understand, we were not. Early. We were just below 500 when we got Rose.
Right, we got Rose early. We didn't get Rose at the trade deadline. We didn't get
Rose.
We were
just below 500.
Yeah, we got Rose in December, bro. We didn't get. I mean, in November.
We
didn't get Rose.
It wasn't November. It was not November, bro. It was not November.
Okay, all right. I'm gonna go find the date.
Please, because I can't click off of this.
Okay.
Salute. What's happening, guys?
What's the dealings, cousin?
Chilling, man. I'm listening this morning. Again, like always, sometimes I'm in and out. You know, I haven't spoken to my boy, Uncle Freezy, for a minute, man. And haven't seen you in a minute either, Free Keith.
Yeah, so, man, you know, I keep it low. I'm always outside, though.
Yeah.
I hear y'all shenanigans.
I got, like that meme says, today I got time. So.
Oh, shoot. Hey, hold on, man. I'm going to wait till. Let me see.
I just decided to drop in and just give my 2 cents and you know, just like see how everybody's doing and stuff.
So Free Keith, you're right. It happened February 7th.
I know. This is what I'm saying. Like, that great season we was having really didn't turn into a great season till he got here. He was the move that propelled us to the playoffs. Quiet as kept. So like that was the move. Now, like we can't if I don't think that he was a big blockbuster move, because literally, like, what we move who? DSJ? Is DSJ even in the league anymore? I don't even know. We moved DSJ and what you call it?
He played for Charlotte. And
a second round to get him. Beautiful trade. But he was the one that propped up the rest of our season. He got, not only was he clicking, he got IQ and OB clicking as well. That was his first mission when he got here.
Okay.
If you remember the talk and how close the three of them got.
Yeah, it was February. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, but man, okay, all right, man. I'm okay. Doug McDermott, Josh Richardson, trade Cam, and some salary match. You got to trade some salary.
I mean, salary. If Evan got to go, Evan got to go.
Why Evan always got to go? Why are we keeping Rose and not Evan?
I feel like, to tell you the truth, I honestly feel like Rose is more useful for us in the playoff run than Evan. If it's between those two. Not only in just ability, in just having been there and being able to keep young cats level. You gotta respect that. You gotta respect experience when playoff time comes. You got to respect that. And I'm gonna say this even about Rose. Like, the caliber player he is always goes up in the playoffs. Dude, literally, Rose was the only cat 2 years ago. Rose was the only cat besides Burks that Randall had to lean on during that disastrous playoff run.
Okay, so to pull off the Doug McDermott and Josh Richardson deal, we'd have to give them $25 million or $26 million. Right.
That's a lot.
So
that sound like Evan. That sound like Evan and Cam to me.
Right. Let me hold on for just a second, man. Let me do this real quick.
Evan, Cam, and like a future.
Let's get it. Y'all be spitting with your flows, I'm just podcasting.
That's right.
On the air every day, I'm just podcasting. You don't know what that mean when I say I'm podcasting. I'm broadcasting these flows with the podcasting. Every day of my life, I'm just podcasting.
Right.
Share my dreams with you, mean I'm podcasting.
What?
You can see my vision through the podcasting.
Yeah.
But don't forget J Boogie when I'm broadcasting.
What?
I'm podcasting,
What?
he's podcasting.
What?
I've been spitting this venom since Karate Flicks. When Mr. Sales was sharing nothing but the Knicks. I guess you know by now, I seen some tough years. Now I know the reason why Freezy got them blowing tears. Closing things.
Yo, Jay Boogie in the building. Danny Land. Every time I clicked on Danny put the black box up.
Yo, you got it. He don't have the black box up. Danny is in the air. He's on the plane, boss. The plane. You know what I mean? So his service is different up there in the clouds, man. What's going on, man? Happy middle of the week Wednesday. What's up, Free Keith? Got that bail money? You know what I'm saying? By the time you come get me out, hey, yo, nigga, my man Eddie F. What's good with you? Yo, EF. Yo, I seen that a few minutes ago. I was not gonna come up here and not let you know that I just seen that. I just seen that. So you know what I'm saying?
I just hope you don't send it to Eddie F and not Eddie C.
Hey, Big Dog, you still producing? You still with the hit makers?
Huh?
yeah.
Am I still producing hit makers?
No, I'm talking to Eddie C because he made an Eddie F joke.
Oh yeah. My apologies to you, man.
Jay Boogie.
Yo, what's good
Jay
with you,
Boogie
man?
a star now, yo. I love it. I'm politicking with stars. Love
Man,
it.
we stars, man. We stars, man. We been stars, man. You got to be around some of these other guys. You know what I'm saying? Like at the game or something, to see how other people react to them too. You know what I'm saying? I'm just, I just do what I do on the internet. But a lot of these guys get major love, and we had a great big glance at that at the Charlotte game. You know what I'm saying? With Breezy, Uncle Fudio, you know what I'm saying? And even Rob the Nick, and he don't even muchly come around here. So that's why I always say, you never know, you know what I'm saying, who's gonna point you out, who, you know what I'm saying, know you from whatever show or you know what I'm saying, and they recognize you, know what I'm saying. So, we all stars, man, for real, man. I'm just trying to hey, Danny Landis, I need that plane, I need to take a flight, man.
Yeah.
I have it right here.
And I got my man coming through too. Hold on for a second, y'all. Let me
D-Land.
Positivity.
the ghetto intellect is in the building. What's good?
Yeah, I heard it's a takeover. The only part I'm upset about is I got camera issues because y'all know J Boog. I'm sitting next to you too. I need people to see you and then look to me, and they might say, "Oh, I'll recognize him when he next to J Boogie." I need to be able to turn my camera on. Listen, Eddie C, happy New Year to you, Danny Landis. You are nothing but professional. I woke up and had a great morning, kicked it off with Uncle Freezy and my homie, my guy, the Knicks freestyle. All we give you is straight bars. If you're looking for anything else but bars, come
Bars.
Yeah.
Bars.
And I'll leave y'all with this.
Man, that dude was talking about life this morning, bro.
Good convo this morning, yo. Good convo. Good convo. I really wish more cats was on to hear that one. Good convo.
Stuff, bro. We growing it.
They can
These
hear
rhymes in life.
They hear it. If they not here, they can go ahead. You can always go rewatch it.
Them.
You know what I'm saying? That shows your real dedication.
Yeah,
When you
man.
go
Nah,
watch
that's not
the
that
rewind,
wasn't even about basketball though. That was one for the soul.
yeah, but you can go back and get that, rewatch it. And
Yeah.
when you make comments on a rewatch, you know what I'm saying? Those are the ones you salute more than anything.
Man.
Mm,
Yeah,
mm.
replay value gold. Replay
Yeah.
value gold.
Yeah, man. Yeah, man. Oh, my guy just showed. Oh man, hold on. Let me get my guy in here. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Where is my guy at? Where is my guy at?
Mm.
Grady
Good
is
morning.
in the building. What's
Good
good,
morning. Good
boss?
morning. Good
Yeah,
morning to the
yeah.
panel,
The
everybody
dreadhead.
in the building.
The
Big
dreadhead is
shout out
here. He
to
got us
everybody.
back.
You already know I'm going
Yeah,
Coming
crazy.
in here with that
yeah.
fire intro.
Yes, sir.
Came in like Arsenal. He came in like Ars.
Let's go.
You
Fire
know,
intro.
Big shouters.
Yeah, Shatas.
Oh, it's about to be big time.
Yeah, man. Hey, so the thing I was getting at, man, is this. I think the Knicks need to make a move between now and February 9th. I don't know if the big move is palatable, right? But helping the guys that we already have, to me, is urgent. Like you gotta bring in some help, some reinforcements for Grimes and for Quickly and for Obi and for Mitch, and you know what I'm saying? Not get in their way, but help them along and along. Because these young players are about to go on a playoff run, and the last thing you need is these guys in a playoff run fending for themselves, so to speak.
The fact that just as a sidebar, the fact that we even talk about this playoff run like it's definitive, that should even say something to cats, man. Like that wasn't the talk. Like I believe that this was a playoff season, but everybody didn't believe this was a playoff season at the beginning of the season. You know what I'm saying? Like I felt like there's a lot of fans. In my opinion, if I look backwards now, I feel like the front office had more faith in the youth than I think the fans did. And like I feel like they've proven themselves from then to this point. Like or the team of itself has proved itself from then until this point to the so much so that now the prevailing conversation is not like oh this is a mid playoff, this is a mid hopefully they make the play in, to like oh we need to get some pieces to shore up our playoff run. That's encouraging, bros. I'm just saying, just be mindful of how conversation changes.
Right.
I have to agree with what Keith said. I think this is the first time we've seen the Knicks with a backup plan, and it's finally working out in their flavor. They had an initial plan, and that plan didn't work out. They went with a backup plan, and their backup plan is working in their favor. And this is the first time we've seen it in a long time.
I'm gonna go ahead and pull my own string and give myself ring my own credit for a second, because what I
Hey,
was
yeah,
saying,
man, you don't do that often. I'm not used to you doing that, so this is rare.
what I was saying, when was what gave us our leverage in the spider discussions was the fact that we had a legitimate second direction to go in, if so we did not have to get fleeced
All
because
right.
we had
So you
a
totally.
legitimate second direction to
All
go
right. So
into.
you totally had me one way, and you crossed me up, Allen Iverson style, to go in a different direction. Paris Duggan, thank you for Jen's contribution. Paris Duggan says, "Oh wow, is this honor roll pod?" Yes, it's the honor roll pod. Free Keith.
I like that.
Free Keith.
I like that.
Why do we constantly have to drag the past up, bro, when we can just enjoy the moment?
Wait. I agree with you on that. I agree with you on that. The only reason I do this is because of all the heat that I took as a Randall stand, as a Randall stand, getting my back kicked in because I defended the cat and was telling cats to wait. There was no waiting when it was coming to kicking my back in. You know what I'm saying? So I'm coming with receipts.
Your conversation be like Mortal Kombat, bro. It's like you can't wait to get to a certain point so you can whip out your finisher.
Yep. Finish him. Yep.
Right.
With me, bro, I'm gonna be honest though. With me, man, I ain't even gotta go that route like that. Like I said at the beginning of the year, me and Keith always have like the same. We always on the same wavelength. You know what I'm saying? And I've been saying the same things that he be saying. But I honestly just don't let nobody get to me like that. Like if they think when I said Jalen Brunson, like after the first 2 preseason games, I think Jalen Brunson is an all-star. Everybody's like, nah, you bugging, you this, you that. 2 months later, he's like, oh, you know what I'm saying? He's irreplaceable. You know what I'm saying? He's MIP. He this, right?
I love it.
So
you didn't call him Jalen Brunson. You called him Tyrone Brunson.
I'll be calling everybody different names, but that's besides the point. That's besides the point. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't get to me like that because I know the strategy of how I'm going to go about saying what I say, and I don't go out my way to make crazy statements if I ain't gonna back it up, or I don't think my team could back it up. You know what I'm saying? So I don't let nobody get to me. I love the chat. I love obviously I love everybody in the community, but it don't affect me like that. I say what I say, and I just go from there. Now, if we can just reel it back to where we started with the how can we better the team for a second? I think
ADC, before you go there, let me bring my guy in real quick and then go ahead and run.
Bet.
He been backstage for a minute.
Sir, I'm gonna be quick with it because
what up? My bad.
What up?
Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to be quick with it because I'm gonna pass it off because there's a lot of mouths to feed on this panel. But when it comes to how we can better the team, I think the recipe is already there. We just need better ingredients. You know what I'm saying? So I'm gonna give an example, and I'm just gonna pass it off. Like if we have an Isaiah Hartenstein, I gotta try to find a way to get somebody like a Vujicic to take his place. Take him somewhere, put Vujicic in that spot because I'm not trying to take off the people that we have. They're in the right places. I just need better people in those places. You know what I'm saying? So if I could get somebody like Vooch to take iHeart's place, we're a better team. You know what I'm saying? If I could take somebody else, that's my best example. But if I could take a better player and put him in the same spot, that's what I'm trying to do to see if we could take it farther than I think we can go. And that's just, that's what I'm at with it.
Okay.
I agree. I totally agree. That's why what Freezy was mentioning earlier kind of like interests me. Yes, I would love to replace. I would not mind having Doug McBuckets. Or what was the other cat you mentioned? Josh Richards. Like replacing cats to do that same job but better. Like if we could get a short shot catch and shoot guy, you know what I'm saying? Like, bring him in. We got already too many cats that need to hold the rock, and we still need 3-point shooting. So if we could get a dude who can put that thing in there and don't really need to hold the rock, bring him in. I yeah. My only thing with him is defense, but Josh Richardson gives us more on that end. So like, I guess if it's one of the two, I'd go Josh Richardson. But like, as somebody who just doesn't need the ball when we need like instant offense, your man Dougie McBuckets, man, we almost lost that game because of him.
Right. And Paris, like, thank you for the generous contribution. Paris, like, says, don't sleep. Quickly, RJ and Obi played in a playoff series. Yep.
True story.
I remember.
Not the best, but yeah, they definitely were there.
Right. And I just mentioned an example, gentlemen, I just mentioned an example of a deal that I would mind doing that's low cost, low maintenance, and high return, in my opinion. Right? Because their money will come off the book. I think their money will come off the book. I'm not for sure if it's this year or next year. I'll double check while we're here. But I think they both come off the book.
Rose is an expiring contract. If y'all really want to trade Rose, which I'm not really in like so much in favor of right now, just because like I call it the what you call it effect, like dude who's in Miami who's always on the roster, but like the team need him, he don't play. Haslam. I call it the Haslam effect. Like he's our Haslam, yo, and I think it's a necessary spot. But that expiring contract holds a huge amount of value.
Right.
It holds a huge amount. It's going to open up space for us if we keep him and let him walk, or we could trade that to somebody else who need to open up some space and like really like. I don't know if I'm just letting that. I'm just throwing that in a mid-season, just like a mid-season trade that.
My bad, but would you give up Cam and like some junk for like Eric Gordon or something, just to have like a 7th or 8th man off your bench?
Eric Gordon's a starter in my opinion.
Damn, my Alexa's going off for no reason. Alexa, stop, chill out. Alexa, stop. My bad, bro.
Yeah, hey man.
I would give up garbage for Eric Gordon, but Houston says that they're looking for a first-round pick back for Eric Gordon.
Yeah.
They ain't getting that. I'm letting you know that. They ain't getting that. They just saying that.
And the thing I don't want to entertain is I don't want to entertain a replacement for Quentin Grimes. I just don't.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I think he's expiring. Like the only reason I mention him is because I believe he's professional enough to know where he would stand on the totem pole as far as this team. Because as it currently stands, we have basically we have a solid 6-man of players that can be starters on other teams. Everything we add should be a 7th, 8th, 9th guy in a rotation, not anything more or less. We don't want to step on the toes of the guys that we're empowering at the current moment, like you mentioned earlier. Like, we want Grimes to be Grimes. We want IQ to be IQ. We want RJ to be RJ. We want Mitch to be Mitch.
Right.
And we know who Julius and Brunson are. They're locks at this point. We just want to bring someone in that'll just support whatever we got going at this current moment and not really try to overheave or overthrow whatever our current – because we already kind of have an identity at this point over the last 20 games or so. We've established what this team is. We just want to add to that. We don't want to throw anything out of whack unless there's a perfect deal where there's a superstar that comes in here for very minimal, like whatever trade, whatever picks or whatever. But outside of that, we should just be adding to try to build something for this year and try to compete for this year.
Right.
I got 2 things to add to that first set. Shout out to all y'all great men. You know what I'm saying? Bless us, help, and happy New Year, happy 23 to everybody. Shout out to everybody rocking in the chat. Real quick to Greeny. Greeny, you know what I'm saying? Greeny, My guy Granny, I done what you asked me to do. I'm gonna lay down your track today, man. Sometime this evening, I got a joint for the Giants called Drenching. So I just want to let you know that I've done that. I just gotta go lay it down. Only got two things to the scenario about going to get other guys to plug in on this team. The first thing first is whatever position you trade, do not go get another position when we got gaps and holes in certain positions. If you know we need a 3-and-D type guy, you know what I'm saying, that can play D on the wing or whatever, or who can also play without the ball, you know what I'm saying, make sure you go hit your mark and go get this type guy. You know what I'm saying? Don't be trading a power forward to go get a shooting guard. Nah. Don't do that. But second thing is, when you trade and you go get these rental type guys and bring them on this team right here, make sure what you're bringing in when his contract expires, that the guys that you're switching off and trading him for, that you can bring in a package that following year that's better than what you're giving up. Instead of looking for right now the demo, you know what I'm saying, the rock with us right now, you know what I'm saying, you got to think about what are you giving up, and am I going to bring back with that contract money expires, am I going to bring something that's better than what I'm going to give up? Those are the only two things that I got going on. Yeah, we do need some extra help. We need a 3-and-D, maybe two more players. One got to be a backup point guard, you know what I'm saying, if IQ is still here where he could just go back to shooting, because we don't have a backup point guard that's happening right now. I don't know what's going on with D Rose, you know what I'm saying, and McBride, you know, he's just jumping in the pool. But, you know, before you get in the pool, even though it's 105 degrees, you always touch the water to make sure it's, you know what I'm saying, you can get in. So that's all he's doing is touching the water right now, you know what I'm saying. But I do believe we need another 3-and-D, and we need another point guard and maybe somebody else with some experience. But just be careful what you're going to get, you know what I'm saying. Make sure you fill your gap and make sure that in return the following year I can make your cap space of money freeing up better than what I'm just giving you right now, instead of me just shipping off players.
Right.
I agree completely with that, man. I agree completely with that. Kind of the reason why, you know, when I put things out there, there's always a reason behind why I put things out there, right? Like the Vooch thing. He's a way better Isaiah Hartenstein.
Yes.
He's a what do you call that? An expiring contract, right? So it goes to what Jay Boogie is saying, right? So if he's an expiring contract and we say we give up Isaiah Hartenstein, let's say we give the Chicago Bulls Derrick Rose and we give him one of those picks, let's say the Washington pick that's protected, top lottery protected, right? Let's say that's somewhere around the package that we got to give up for Vujacic. You bring him in, and then if he leaves after the season, this draft class is so stacked. There's a kid that's just like Vujacic in this draft class from Duke. His name is Filipowski. And you could just draft that kid with the 19th pick or the 20th pick or whatever the case may be, and you can just slide him right in that spot. You're not losing anything. You know what I'm saying? He's a perfect replacement, and he's 20 years old. You know what I'm saying? So there's backup plans to you know, I don't just say things just to say things, but there's backup plans to everything that I try to say. And I know that there's a need for that and a need for a backup point guard, like Boogie said.
Okay. All right. So where is Vucevic going to play?
He's going to be on the bench. He's going to play that Isaiah Hartenstein role.
Okay.
Well, much better than Hartenstein. I tell you that he can shoot.
Okay.
He can hit those threes too.
Vucevic contract does his contract? Doesn't he got a nice little payday?
Nah,
he's supposed to be an expiring contract this year.
The thing is,
I like bail out for him for he's expired. Supposed to be. Well, you'd have to confirm that. If he's expiring this year, then I do that deal.
I actually like him coming off the bench. Like he would actually give us some a one go-to guy. Like he can not go-to guy, but he can at least make a post move for himself if the offense gets stagnant.
Vooch is gonna
get to the line or something. You know what I mean? Yeah.
Vooch is gonna.
No, you can definitely give him the rock.
Bench. Vooch is gonna come off the bench.
Yep, behind Mitchell.
Yes. I would do that because our defense would drop off tremendously, Keith, if Vucevic is not starting.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that I want him to start over Mitch, but you don't bring a guy like Vucevic to the team and he comes off the bench, gangster. Like,
think about what we need the most. When he comes in, you're gonna tell him like, "Boost, this is what we need." We don't need you here. We need you here.
I think what you're saying is beautiful. I think it's
The reason
beautiful.
the
I think
reason
I
y'all
think
are
it's
looking for
great what you're
more
saying.
the reason y'all were looking for more Mitches because you realize what Mitch does for the rest of the guys on the team. You understand how he increases the team defensively. But there's very few Mitchell Robinsons in the NBA, which is why I can't believe we got him for less than $100 million, but we pay RJ 100 plus. But that's a conversation for another time. What you need is you need better wing defenders to stop their man from having to get to the rim. You guys are looking for people to help at the rim, but there's an alternative. Get guys that stop them guys from getting to the rim. Not everybody has a Mitchell Robinson, and they're better defensive grading team than we are overall because they have better wing defenders.
Hey man, the dude's nickname is Vucci Mane.
Vucci Mane.
Vucci Mane. To me, that's funny.
Can I
Right?
can I push
Very
back on
funny.
that, Freezy, before you even go?
Huh?
I wanted to say like it's kind of dependent on the Bulls because from what I've been reading, they might want to extend him because they gave up so much for him, and they're not like committing to blowing up the team, which they probably should. But that they're in like limbo over there. Like they don't know exactly what to do and what not to do because they keep winning
Vuce,
while it looks bleak, and then when it's not looking bleak, they lose. So
They
they're
lose.
kind of
Yep.
confused.
Yeah.
So
They're
the
last
Vooch,
year's Knicks, basically.
yeah. So basically, like Vooch, while Vooch offers a lot, in theory, I don't believe it would. Well, I don't believe Tibbs would, if it makes sense. He's a starter in this league, to be absolutely honest. He may not start on this team for a coach like Tibbs, but then how would we find a way to mix in 25 plus minutes of him? Because Randall's going to play 35, 36. Mitch
Yep.
is going to play 30. They're not
And you
going to
have
play them
Obi.
together.
I
And
like
you
what
have
you guys
Obi.
are saying in terms of like, yeah, Vooch come. We just trade for Vooch.
His
Vooch
skill
coming off the
set,
bench and this, that, and the other.
is
That's
needed.
that's dope. But it's not gonna work out like that. What we're gonna have to give up? What are we gonna have to give up to get Vooch? Especially since,
If he's an
especially at the
expiring
Hall.
contract,
Wait, and that's value. That's value to them, and they gave up a ton to get Vooch. So what are we
Right.
gonna trade to get Vooch? And are y'all comfortable with that? And then forcing
Y'all
him to come
comfortable
off the
giving up
bench,
Obi and Cam and picks?
All right,
forcing him to
so
come off the
Yeah.
bench and then leaving at the end of the season.
Yeah, for a
so
stopgap.
he's an unrestricted free agent, right? The man Dre says that Chicago supposedly is looking to re-sign him.
They're
If I'm
thinking.
Vujacic, I'm not looking to re-sign with Chicago because that team doesn't look like it's a good fit for me, right? So I'm actually looking to get into free agency. All right. So how this goes back into the Knicks plan is he'll be the perfect replacement for Isaiah Hartenstein for whatever he does for those 16 to 20 minutes per game. And if he can make us, because this is a piece where if we were a first round team, like a first round go home team, if he can make us into a second round team, his value is going to be so much greater in the market coming up next year.
guys, we're having this
Because
discussion. I gotta ask a question. Y'all gotta help me out. Are
shoot,
y'all telling me, in order for me to understand this conversation, are y'all telling me we're one backup center away from being what? Is that what we're saying? Because we're talking about a backup center to Mitchell Robinson.
no,
Are y'all saying that's our weaknesses night in, night out?
No,
no,
It's gonna
no.
that's not
take
it.
too
What
much.
this
It's gonna
was an
take too much to
example.
get Vooch. It's gonna
This is
take
an
too much to get
example.
him
This
for him to walk away at the end of the season. And I like the scenario that you're describing, but if he does raise his value, that means he's going to seek being a starter. He's going to
Yeah, but you ain't let
lead
him
the
answer
team,
my
and we would
question,
have been
Keith.
down,
You didn't let him answer my question.
and we would have been down, and we would have been down all those assets.
if
But go ahead. I'm sorry.
to answer your question, this was just one example. And obviously, when you go into a panel and you say one thing, everybody just latches on to one thing, and then the conversation just grows tree branches from that one saying. But he was just an example of what I would want to do is keep the recipe the same, but just get better ingredients.
Yeah, but what's
So-
your person? But what would be your first move? Is that your first? What's your first move then, Eddie? Talk to me.
It doesn't matter what the first move is. That's a move that I would do, and I already gave the reasons why
So
I
let's
have a
break this down.
backup plan.
And you see, let me.
If I could get
just do
Josh
this really
Richardson
quick.
for Cam, if I could get Josh
hold on,
Richardson for
hold-
Cam, I'll do it.
All right. So basically, what we do is you don't look for because Vucevic is not a slight upgrade over Hartenstein, right? Once you get a Vucevic, now you have 48 minutes of excellent center play, right? Now, with that said, does that move the needle for the Knicks? Yes.
No.
Yes.
Hell.
Yes, it does.
Yes, it does, man. Come on, bro. Come
Certainly
on,
does.
bro. Because the reason why it moves the needle for the Knicks is because in these individual matchups, when we go against somebody else's big, when we go back down to our side of the floor, the other team's big never has to work.
Mm-hmm.
Right? That's why this works. Now, I'm not saying I don't know what the price for Vucevic would be, but imagine just go back to the Christmas Day game, which was less than 3 weeks ago, right? Mitchell Robinson defending Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid come down the other way and is resting on defense, and it only has to block shots that come his way because Mitch at no point threatened him offensively. So Joel Embiid basically has a one-way go where he can focus all of his energy on scoring. With Vucevic on the floor or as an alternative, right? And as Vucevic as an alternative, first of all, Vucevic can shoot the three, right? So if you pull in Joel Embiid away from the basket, the only way Joel Embiid is going to start blocking shots is either block Vucevic's three or scramble all the way back to the rim 25 feet to block somebody layup. He ain't doing that. He's too big, right?
But from what you're describing, then Vucevic he just uses Vucevic on the other end, though.
Yeah, but how'd you even get here? Night in, night out, you can't beat the top tier teams in the league because your wing play is abysmal. And the conversation we'll have, it's not even college quality. I see college level players with longer wing players than what the Knicks run out there every night, and it impacts our ability to really protect the rim and close out because longer guys get that 7-1 wingspan. So when they close out on a three-pointer, which is the game of today, they at least alter it. They at least make it look a little different. It's not as easy. You're not standing there like you're in practice, like layup line. These dudes do three-pointers in practice like we did layup line in the 70s. If you miss one, you got to start over. I just don't understand how Vucevic moves the needle for the Knicks because you will have to use assets. If the first assets, and that's why, Eddie C, I asked you what order you go in. You said it don't matter the order, it's a piece. I disagree with that because once you use your best assets, then that's it. You don't get to reset later and try to do another movement. And I think we always move our assets for the wrong movement. I'm sorry to talk so long.
No, but just hold on. Just let me give an example. Here's my retort to that. If the Knicks had Vucevic instead of Hartenstein against Milwaukee, we win that game. You know how I know? Because we saw Isaiah Hartenstein blow 3 1-foot layups back to back on one possession. Ooh. And Brook Lopez was not even in the play. You add a two-time All-Star right there in that same scenario. Who's a better
I don't think anybody is disagreeing that he would be better for the team than I don't think anybody's disagreeing with that.
But okay, so you just heard
it's the cost. There's things that you got to think about. They're not going to let him go.
I hear where you're going, Freezy. The problem is Julius Randle poo-pooed the bed the last 5 minutes of the game. He made, not only did he turn the ball over, not only did he make bad shots. Isaiah Hartenstein wasn't in the game when the score was tied and Mitchell was playing decent defense. It was Mitchell Robinson. It was Fournier helping over on Giannis, who don't even have the ball, And then Drew Holiday sees that, quickly kicks it to Covington for a wide open three, which is why Fournier on the bench. Hartenstein is not why we lost the game.
Yeah, Hartenstein is exactly why we lost that game, because when Hartenstein came in the game, we had a 14-point lead.
We had a 14-point lead. And he whittled it down to 5 into the fourth quarter.
Yep, they whittled that lead all the way down to 3, and Tibbs couldn't take it no more and put Mitch back in the game.
So I just want to say to Gi's saying
that was at the end of the third quarter.
He's not wrong. You know what I'm saying? Do we need a wing? Yes, we need a wing. But I've scoured the league. You know what I'm saying? Like I say, I don't say things just to say things. You know what I'm saying? I've scoured the league, and to get that 3-and-D wing that we're looking for, somebody that has the mentality, somebody that's going to be there in time, is so hard to find. It's going to be super expensive, and he's really not out there like that. If somebody could give me an example.
Then Rose's level of success is based on that, because the teams that we cannot beat, that will have a problem beat, they have these players and they have them in abundance.
But I could counteract that with that play, that last play that I think Connaughton hit the 3-pointer at the corner. If Quentin Grimes is in the game instead of Evan Fournier, he don't hit that 3 because Quentin Grimes is getting back. Evan Fournier does not have the ability to stand in the middle of the court and play Tom Thibodeau's defense and then run out to the 3-point line and defend that 3.
I accept your counter, but guess who is not on then? It's not on iHeart. I accept your counter.
Right. But I wasn't talking about iHeart at that point.
I was talking about
iHeart already did his damage by that point.
At the same time, coming down the stretch of that game, Drew Holiday put the Knicks away twice because he came down and hit a sidestep 3 over who?
He walked,
and that wasn't iHeart's fault. And that wasn't iHeart's fault.
Yeah, he walked.
I mean, that was 2 bad plays against Quentin Grimes. There was the elbow to the face, and then there was the walk 3-pointer that
the elbow to the face was egregious by Bobby Portis. That was,
and then there was a walk, by Drew Holiday when he hit that.
None of that was iHeart's fault.
But no, the damage was done by iHeart already. Like coming into the fourth.
That's not the point, GR. It's not. I don't know what you're getting at with that.
iHeart gave them the juice that they needed, bro.
Specifically said iHeart lost us the game. You guys not listening? I'm not here by myself, guys. Come on.
I agree with him.
He did.
I agree with him.
Well, Freezy saying that. Freezy saying that he was part of the problem why we lost the game because he was very bad that game.
Yeah,
but I just gave an example of a reason why we could have won that game if Grimes was in there instead of Fournier at that point in time when they shot that 3.
I agreed with you, and I said that wouldn't be on iHeart then.
Right. Those okay.
None of that last minute stuff was on iHeart.
But the Fournier thing, Fournier also had 3 bad plays when Joe Ingles was looking for the 3. Evan Fournier goes under the screen set by Joe Ingles. When we all know Joe Ingles was slow before he tore up his knee, right?
So why are we not blaming this game on Tibbs?
He has a lot to do. Yeah, he does. He's got some blame today.
My biggest beef on Tibbs is how are you going to boost Quentin Grimes up? I'm fighting the Greenies of the world saying, Greeny, back off Tibbs. He's playing the young guys. But then you play the young guys. You got Fournier, you benched him for him. I'm having a bad game, so you show me you wouldn't go to war with me. When I'm at my lowest, you're going to pull me out and put in a guy you won't even play. What's that saying to Grimes? So, Tibbs is too hard ass sometimes.
I agree.
Yeah, I just think that at this point in time, like, when we had our full complement, when everybody that we were playing, when we was on that good run, we had everybody on the team, right? Then we lost JB. And then we lost JB and we lost RJ. And then we went on that 5-game skid. We got JB back. We got back on track. Let's start to talk once we get RJ back, and let's see where it goes from there, because I'm pretty sure that we're going to be a tough team to beat with our full complement.
Right.
Because at that point in time, we will be talking about, damn, RJ, you slow. You didn't get out to that 3-pointer. But you're going to live and die with RJ there. You're not going to live and die with Fournier there. You know what I'm saying? So
I believe we're a tough team to beat night in, night out now, even with a player there hurt. I believe my discussion, only discussions I'm having when I do have with them, is what's the next level, right? Shouldn't we be looking to level up? I'm just looking for what's the next level. I believe this product does what it's supposed to do. I believe we're getting our money. Other than Fournier, and I don't even blame Cam. We traded and pulled him in for this. So Cam does not even be blamed for anything. But we went and bought Fournier and we put him on the bench. Other than Fournier, I have no complaints about where we are as a team.
Well, this I don't see the Knicks, I don't see them twice live this year, and I don't see them on the screen live. And I do know that, once the game gets started, Tom is up there. He's almost at the scorer's table. He's coaching what he's seeing on the floor. I do know that they got a chemistry between them and Bryant, where Bryant is his backup, whereas he makes decisions that he's not paying attention to, that he's caught up to. So with Grimes on that bench, that's on Bryant to go up there and remind Tom, you got to get Grimes back in the game. It's on Bryant. His head sister coach, you know what I mean? So sometimes, Tom just on that floor, he's caught up, and that's where his oldness comes in. He's caught up watching the game instead of coaching the game. But that's why he's staying so far up there in the front. And you see Brian standing up, up and down and making maneuver moves, sending players. Only time Tom really does a sub is an emergency or is if out of timeout. Brian is doing all those subs, man. So, the assistant coaches got to be able to go up there and tell that, man, you need to get Grimes back on the floor. You know what I'm saying? So, it falls a lot of situations falls in different areas, in different ways of what's happening with the team. But to be honest, right here where we at, I go back to the beginning, man. So many people's like, look at the schedule, we're gonna do it, we're gonna climb it. We 3 games above 500, you know what I'm saying? Without our third big L, I call him the big L, may he rest in heaven, because we don't have a big 3. We got a big L. We got 3 left-handed strong dudes, and we're a couple of trades away, you know what I'm saying? So we got some things that's happening in our favor that can handle things and get us up and growing, that we can recounter with these other teams that's gonna start playing better. We're gonna play better again too. The thing is making sure we stay ahead of the middle of the pack. We know we got work to do when it comes to Milwaukee. We got work to do when it comes to Boston. We got work to do when it comes, to Philly. Now, we don't know what's going to happen with the KD situation, but we battling right here with Indiana. I believe in my heart we better than Indiana, But the team just got to go out there and just show it on the floor, Let's tell everybody, stay tuned, man. We got some things brewing that's going to happen for the squad, you know what I mean? We get caught up so much about what's happening right here, right now. I know we need to make changes. The office needs to make changes. And don't forget, they're a package deal. In 5 years is coming up. Don't think James Dolan ain't looking at it like, I brought all y'all in here together. I get rid of all y'all together. So don't think Tom is so much of a scapegoat for Leon. You know what I'm saying? Dolan is looking at all this right here. You know what I'm saying? So we got some things that's going to happen, man. Just pay attention, man. Watch and see what happens in a few.
Got you. Yep. Man, listen, man. So we got Indiana in a few hours. And this game here is one of those games that can be the stepping stone towards the Knicks going on the run. Right. So what I want to just emphasize right here, this Indiana team knows that if they beat us, they can push us down the standings. But if they lose, we swap places. There's a potential for within the next week or so that the Knicks can be the 5th seed in the East. And none of us saw that coming except for Free Keith and his crystal ball.
Nah. Whoa. I'm gonna go. I can't count that one. My prediction was 6.
You said number 1
My prediction was, come on, stop. Don't do that nonsense. My thing was, I thought like, we was coming in as a 6th seed, a 6th seed avoiding the play-in. This is even exceeding my positive fan expectations. And this is why I can't really drum up the anger that I'm seeing on a lot of these Knicks threats.
Do you have receipts? Are you keeping receipts?
Yo, dude, I've got a lot of a lot of pinned tweets, yo. I've got a lot of people's tweets pinned, yo.
I know one
and
thing.
It's gonna be questions. It's gonna be questions that's gonna get asked. You know what I'm saying? We get to the second round. Oh, I got a lot of shit to say.
I know one thing, Free Keith and GI. You know what I'm saying? I should be meeting y'all MLK, Martin Luther King. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know
I'm not
MBK.
back.
He got them. I don't want to hear that.
Yo, send me the.
You
I'm
gonna
not back
see
yet.
me there. You gonna
I don't
see
know
me
them
there.
MBK guys. I don't know them MBK guys like that, and I'm not a fraud. So if you send me the info, I'll buy a ticket with you, JB. But I'm not just gonna buy a ticket. I'm not some fanboy.
Yeah, I
I'll be there.
I don't have the
I will
tickets
pull up.
for that. I got
I'm
something
out
else.
I'm
here.
there.
I'm out here until the 16th. Like I'm
I
out
already
here
got
until
my
that day.
ticket for the MLK game. I will be in the building. I have my ticket already.
I do know the squad tonight need to back up. Shout out to Wally Zerbiak for saying what he's saying, keeping it gully, keeping it gangster, feeling your dude. You ain't an all-star. The squad need to back Wally up tonight. He told you he ain't an all-star. Y'all need to go on that floor and make Wally look good and tell me he ain't an all-star. Because dude is coming to show something tonight. Against us, you know, we battling for on positioning. And dude, listen to her what Wally said. We don't call him out. Dude is coming to play tonight. You know what I'm saying? So we need to make sure we handle our business and take care of that situation tonight.
Wally put us in a spot, yo.
And Indiana has been playing very well, man. Miles Turner has been playing well. You know what I'm saying? They found something with that Naismith kid. Duarte came back. You know, that team and they're well coached. You know what I'm saying? You know, I like Indiana, man.
And quietly they turned up after that Wally debacle, though.
Okay.
Good.
That dude Naismith was a steal. I was begging for us to play because I knew my man Jerry Stackhouse worked. He gave him that work, gave him that business. He was gonna come in, be prepared and ready to go. Since they had too many hitters in front of them in Boston, but now he don't like he just said he don't find his spot. Man,
Right. Hey, well, I'm gonna get out of here. I got a doctor's appointment, man. I'm gonna get out of here, man. I'll holler at y'all later. We definitely gonna do the game tonight, man. Thank y'all everybody for coming through. I'm gonna holler at y'all later.
Salute.
Peace.